Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Chad Fisher and his weekly comedic social commentary. Get him!
What's going on, everybody? I'm Chad Fisher doing some social commentary this week, like every week. Gotta do the hokey pokey around this damn microphone thing. Today, I want to talk about violence a little bit because something happened to me a while ago in my life, and I was thinking about it the other day. I remember one time I used to work with kids, and this one kid told me, like, out of nowhere that, like, just flat out of nowhere, he said he's going to shoot me and kill me. And I don't know why I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, that was fucked up. This little 10-year-old kid told me he's going to shoot and kill me, and I started thinking, like, what makes our children so violent, you know? Because it's obviously ridiculous, and you'd have to be blind not to say that they are violent and everything. So I started just thinking about some of the things in our society and whatnot, and maybe thinking a little bit of maybe these contribute to why our children and just our world in general is so violent. Like movie previews, those things crack me up, man. Movie previews are hilarious because they're always the same thing. It's always like about violence and guns and stuff like that. Like that is freaking hilarious. Like every single preview is always got some guns, someone running after each other, explosions and stuff like that. And it's just unnecessary. Like this is getting old real fast. And they're always the same. You ever notice that? All the movie previews are like the exact same. They're like carbon copies of each other. You always be hearing the voiceover guy. It's like the same thing every single time. You know, it's like, don't miss the movie event of the summer. Watch as Vin Diesel and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson blow up everything in sight. And it's like these motherfuckers are just so serious and hell-bent on violence and everything like that. It's the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, watch as these pituitary retards make the entire world a bunch of aggressive beasts. The name of the movie is Buckshot Bullies. It's like, what the? They be having the silliest damn names. Like, get out of here, Buckshot Bullies. It's always about violence and killing. It's like, this is enough already. Like, stop it. We get it, okay? I can see, like, maybe a movie here or there, you know, but every single movie is about shooting, killing, you know what I mean? It's about revenge. It's like, come on, man. This is ridiculous. This is dumb. This is silly as all shit right now. That's what this is. Quit it. And then you look at, like, some of the other forms of entertainment in this country, like that mixed martial artists stuff, you know, MMA. This guy, like, the whole country just going fucking ape shit right now, you know? That shit is funny as hell to me, too, because the people that watch this shit are just, like, way too aggressive, you know? It's just flat out craziness, you know what I mean? People always say that we live in a civilized society, and anytime they say that, I just point to MMA, because I think that illustrates perfectly, you know, exactly how uncivilized we actually are, that there's an arena for this type of ignorance and violence, you know, unnecessary violence and everything like that. It's hilarious to me, you know? It's like, we should be doing other things with our time, okay? You know what I'm saying? So we live in a world where we don't know where we come from, you know? There's like these hillbillies sitting around like, you know what? I don't know where we came from. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. I don't know what the meaning of life is, but, you know, let's not worry about that stuff right now. I just want to see two humans knock the shit out of each other, knock each other unconscious. That's what I want to do, honey. Let's just stay in tonight and watch two barbarians beat each other to a damn pulp. That sounds good to me, and I'm going to go home and make rough love to you real quick. Maybe you'll like it for a change. Shit. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, stop it already. This shit is getting out of control. Okay? There's no justification for that. It's not necessary. Okay? It's just definitely not necessary in a civilized society. There's bigger things. There's bigger aspects of the world in our lives that we should be concerning ourselves with instead of watching a bunch of freaking goofballs with mohawks pound each other to freaking oblivion, you know? Like, it's just unnecessary. All these cauliflower ears and shit. I'm tired of seeing it. For real. Let's take a break. And then another thing that you see that, you know, obviously influences people and their violent streaks and just their attitude in general and everything like that is war, of course. I'm not going to get too much into it because I talk about war a lot, but I just want to know, like, when is enough going to be enough? When are people going to say, like, okay, you know, it seems to me we're in a war every 6 years. When was the last time we weren't in a damn war, you know? When was the last time we weren't in a war? Are you guys maybe obsessed a little bit? Huh? Is that what it is? Trying to overcompensate for something that you don't have, like a penis, maybe? Is that what it is? Because this is ridiculous. Wars all the damn time. That's what I want to know is when are people going to ask that question? Like, when are we going to stop? When are we going to evolve past war? When are we going to realize that that solving differences by killing people is like so freaking barbaric? Like, get out of here. This is ridiculous. It's flat out silly. We need to grow up, every one of us, you know? And if you don't think that this is like, if you don't think that we're better than this, you know, which we are, which is what people should be saying, it's like, we're better than this. We shouldn't be killing each other. We're better than this, right? And if you don't think that, well, I'm gonna tell you what you need to do is you need to go on down to the fairgrounds or Walmart, pick you out a pistol, okay, and then go home and swallow that son of a bitch, for real. Seriously, because we don't need you affecting emotionally intelligent people, okay? We're on some new shit, and the new shit is peace, okay? We're not trying to do the same shit over and over and over again, killing people, you know. It doesn't do so well for family life, let's say that right now. There's fractured families all over the place. I don't know, maybe it's because of war. It's ridiculous. So, in closing, I just want to say that, you know, it's time for us to come together, of course, obviously, but it's time for us to say that enough is enough, that we're not going to continue to watch our brothers and sisters die, you know, people from across the world, whatever, you know. You can't sit there and say, you know, that you love your children and shit like that and then let some hyper-paranoid jackass send them off to die. You can't say that, you know. And then don't start crying when he does die. Oh, I wonder why he died. He went to a battlefield with bullets flying everywhere. Didn't know it was so dangerous over there, you know. Like, we have people in this country that determine what our time is worth. That's ridiculous. They determine what my time is worth. Other people determine this shit. This is ridiculous. How can you tell me what the fuck my time is worth? You know what I mean? Like, this is flat out stupid. You know, we're better than this. We don't need this war and violence and this lack of compassion for human beings. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. You know what I mean? We need somebody we need to help these motherfuckers. And that's why I support the Zeitgeist movement. Much love. Peace. Thank you.
When I was a young man, growing up in New York City, I refused to pledge allegiance to the flag. Of course, I was sent to the principal's office, and he asked me, "Why don't you want to pledge allegiance? Everybody does." I said, "Everybody once believed the earth was flat, but that doesn't make it so." I explained that America owed everything it has to other cultures and other nations, and that I would rather pledge allegiance to the earth and everyone on it. Needless to say, it wasn't long before I left school entirely, and I set up a lab in my bedroom. There I began to learn about science and nature. I realized then that the universe is governed by laws, and that the human being, along with society itself, was not exempt from these laws. Then came the crash of 1929, which began what we now call the Great Depression. I found it difficult to understand why millions were out of work, homeless, starving, while all the factories were sitting there. The resources were unchanged. It was then that I realized that the rules of the economic game were inherently invalid. Shortly after came World War II, where various nations took turns systematically destroying each other. I later calculated that all the destruction and wasted resources spent on that war could have easily provided for every human need on the planet. Since that time, I have watched humanity set the stage for its own extinction. I have watched as the precious finite resources are perpetually wasted and destroyed in the name of profit and free markets. I have watched the social values of society be reduced into a base artificiality of materialism and mindless consumption. And I have watched as the monetary powers control the political structure of supposedly free societies. I'm 94 years old now, and I'm afraid my disposition is the same as it was 75 years ago. This shit's got to go.